Hi, I'm Andy Burrows at PCT TV, and I'm here with Dr. William Van Hoff, who's Clinical Director at the NIHR Clinical Research Network. Welcome.
Thank you.
So first of all, could you tell me a little bit about NIHR and your role in it?
Well, thanks very much for this opportunity. I'm William Van Hoff. I'm a paediatrician, and I'm involved with the National Institute of Health Research. I'm a director of a clinical research facility there in one of those sites at Great Ormond Street Hospital in London, UK. But also I'm a clinical director for NHS engagement. So NIHR is a whole system health research network running through the UK, providing opportunities for translational clinical research right through to phase 4 and supporting a large network of people to help sponsors and investigators deliver their studies. And my particular role is in trying to help the health system, the NHS health system, recognise and take on research as core business for that.
Okay, great. And I guess the first question, let's start with something quite general. If you had the power to change one thing in clinical trials, what would that be?
I think the key word here is partnership, and that's the word of the conference really. And I think the opportunity for sponsors is to have a new relationship with networks such as NIHR, but also networks that exist in other countries as well, and to use that partnership to change the way they work. Why to do this? Because the older traditional model of clinical trials, of key opinion leaders, selected sites, is not really delivering and is at risk in delivering, I think, in the future of stratified medicine, in vulnerable groups, and in my own clinical field of pediatrics, that's very relevant. So what we're looking for is a different way of working. Partnerships offer the opportunity for early engagement with the whole national system. That gives much more accessibility to more reach, more patients. It gives a key opportunity for patient engagement. And I think part of the key change that we need to see in a partnership is bringing the patient in early on. So the concept of early engagement with a sponsor in a network, discussing what their development pathway is, where patients could contribute, to get real life questions that will help them deliver a protocol in collaboration with both experts, key opinion leaders and patients, which should be more deliverable, and that should reduce the time that they require to run the clinical trial and bring a product which hopefully with that patient involvement will bring them closer to regulatory authorization and to a better market approach. So for me it's early engagement and partnership.
All about the patients.
It's very much about the patients who are absolutely ready and willing to talk. And I think all the pharma companies that we interact with are also increasingly aware. The issue is how to join that up. So one of the things we've been doing in NIHR is to create a base of patients called patient research ambassadors. Anybody who's taken part in research can sign up, and they can do as much or as little as they want at a local level, at their own hospital, or at a national or an international level. One of them is here today and will be speaking on a panel session later on as an example. And once we have that base of patients which we're developing, then the key is how do we interact them with industry who are asking for that engagement, and that's work that we're currently doing.
Okay, and as a paediatrician, I'm sure you're aware of the European directive requirement to conduct paediatric trials.
Yes.
Do you have a view about how the clinical trials industry can support that?
Well, all that I've said about early engagement and partnership is especially important for rare groups, including children. Before collaborative networks, and in the UK before NIHR, it was really almost impossible to conduct meaningful children's paediatric research because no one site had enough patients or children available to answer the sort of study questions and the protocol. With national or international collaborations, the power is there. So for instance, we were able, through NIHR, to conduct the largest intensive care study in children with over 1,500 children in an intensive care study, and we did the same the next year with a new group of children. So there's opportunities that pharma can realise through network engagement. And all that I've said about patient engagement applies just as much to children.
Absolutely.
So we've created groups of children from 8 to 18 who meet every 6 to 8 weeks at a weekend, and they discuss research, they discuss randomization and placebo, and they interact with researchers and tell them what's good and what's not good about their research and how it could be improved. So I think that engagement and partnership is really important for pediatric trials, and I also think it absolutely delivers results, which is of course in everybody's interests.
Of course, always is. Okay, well thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.